Hello and welcome back. Northstar here with another Pop-Up Dungeon Let's Play. Just making sure this is recording. Proceeding through the Wizard's Tower. Now about to enter floor 10. The boss, a gambler with loaded dice. He has increased critical chance and evasion. Special power by luck. The enemies have a small critical chance and evasion bonuses. One casinos use d20s. Is flavor text. Previously I did 409. Hope you're hungry because it's time to break fast. You've been invited for a black spine viewing party in a haunted house, etc. They all have cute little flavor texts, or not so cute. At some point I'll have to go back and do floor 8 again because I didn't get the item of power. At least not. I could have gone at the time that I got wiped by Lupa. But the time that I beat her, I failed the support roll and thus could not get the Letterman jacket item of power. So that'll have to happen eventually. By the way, there's all these different. Oh, this is a character who both revives and an ally and raises. I mean, I thought those things existed. It's literally a pre-made. There's all these other characters. At some point, I'll have to create characters based on some of them. See if there's ideas there I can use. I mean, right now I have two that are kind of loosely based on the starting paladin. They've gone further and further from it. A fire adept who's a little tankier than the fire mage normally would be. It's partly inspired by life cleric and partly by like, or, I don't know, the durability of a warrior or something. Earth mage is recognizable, like the earth mage and cleric. But at some point, there's the bone doctor.
Not everyone in a mask is crazy. Some are just mad.
Superhero.
I've got a bit of a sweet.
Smorlock. The Sarge. Yeah. At some point I'll use some of these for character ideas. This is getting a wee bit repetitive with these same characters. But for now, floor 10. Hope you folks are enjoying these videos, by the way. I'm doing this for you guys. I mean, sure, I can share stories and stuff, but can even occasionally mix in thoughts, things I think are important. I wish people care more about, like politics, but when in my mind wanders. But mainly, you know, I'm trying to entertain you guys with the gameplay and get my YouTube channel to where I can potentially survive, despite being disabled with long COVID and screwed up SSDI by government on bullshit grounds of jobs I worked for university that would have paid payroll tax if it weren't for university. They didn't, the same kind of work, test grading, for a private for-profit company, and did get payroll tax later after I graduated. So it's ridiculous. As I was investing in myself to get a graduate education, I couldn't even get credit for the actual paid jobs I was doing just because it was for the university. And now I'm struggling to survive. So, but anyways, I'm trying to entertain you guys with these videos so that, come back and subscribe. So I earned breakfast cereal from that last floor, which gives armor penetration. That's a really useful stat. Mundane defense. And a lot of magical attacks and health. Compared to like imbue kill, life siphon, and healing received. The Necronomicon isn't terrible. I don't know how big these bonuses are, so I'll try breakfast cereal. I just earned. Often the later items are more powerful than the earlier. Although I might go back for the Letterman jacket. And they're situational. Junk in the trunk. This time, the stairway leads to a ladder up a narrow rectangular passage. The light bleeds a deep orange through the walls near the top. You poke a finger through a small hole and pull. The wall tears away. What you see appears to be a vast cargo bay full of neatly stacked steamer trunks. Steamer trunk? Is that what they're called? Where in the world am I now?
You are on a path of technological advancement not native to your branch.
What was that? What's that supposed to mean?
You're in a place of fiction, a place that you would not call real, a place you would call unnatural.
Right, like the haunted house was supernatural. Or I'm in a digital board game run by an emoticon and a paper bat puppet on a popsicle stick. Ain't nothing natural about it. I feel like this is a bad idea to point out to the wizard. Maybe. Just wanted to double check. Does not seem to matter what I do here. Yeah, I'm gonna screw with the wizard. I'm in a digital board game run by an emoticon and a paper bat puppet on a popsicle stick. Ain't nothing natural about it.
Actually, it's supernatural.
The wizard high fives the dingbat. Glad to see you two are at least getting along again. Unpack and attack. Better unpack yourself quickly. Something this way clanks. And in case you guys haven't figured out, this is steampunk setting. Yeah, it's different than haunted house stuff. I bet they start with the haunted house because it was the most obvious thing for the devs. Game devs, like, yeah, we need to mix it up. Steampunk works. I don't know. Maybe it's supposed to get progressively more exotic, creative. I don't know. Haunted house things are a little overdone. It's pirate music. I thought something was this way clanking. Nothing yet. A lot of objects. Hey, at least it's more refined and less random howls. Ah. Interactable. I feared there'd be one around somewhere with such a huge level.
Man, looking for this.
Rank up. Quality up.
So this is the fat loot everyone was telling. Man, look. More firepower.
Versus light power. Armor pen. Just look at the stats. Ranking up. Weapon only gains one quality though, so I mean when I do quality up, so it's not necessarily actually good to invest in the weapon. Armor gains 2, stuff like this 3, and I think it's 4. Because once the quality starts going below base, they start getting bad debuffs to stats. Haste on the cleric? Yeah. Haste is probably a good idea.
So this is the fat loot everyone was telling me about.
Upgrade the armor.
Man, more firepower.
Firepower for Higher chance of reviving 2 characters silently. Or I could just upgrade this. Yeah, Flame's Heart might be the best choice. Cool. Molten Gem to Flame's Heart.
There is a rich lore to this item.
Yeah, you can see, gain 6 quality levels, so this will last a long time this way.
Allow me, I'll keep it safe.
The Holy Armor, the Sacred Stole. 4 quality levels, probably Sacred Stole. Resistance, energy defense. Yep, Sacred Stole. Hopefully it's not too long before I get a chance to... Yeah, basic wear and tear is most punishing on weapons. Second most punishing on secondaries. Like shields. It kind of makes sense. Those things would take more damage in fights. Armor degrades next fastest, and then trinkets are the slowest to degrade. And their stats are least affected per each quality level drop, and they get the most quality levels from an upgrade. So, yeah, it took me a while to realize that there was that built into the game, but there's makes sense too. Gosh, these rooms are tiny. Here we go, an encounter, finally.
Let's have some real fun.
How may I be of service? Rang?
I suppose doors make some sense. I mean, having, well, I say doors, the tiny rooms and having doors between them all makes some sense in case of leaks in an airship. Yeah, this is an airship. Especially if the doors are hardly that airtight, but they provide some obstacle to airflow. Of course, it makes less sense when the doors don't close behind you, but whatever. This guy's deadly because he can remove my buffs. They get... it's not a big buff. Oh yeah, and I get 50 armor pen, 50 mundane defense, 108 health. That's okay. Armor pen is such a useful stat, especially against enemies with lots of defense. Center mass. This is called center mass because you get nonsense and like... This is the 007, you know, it shows down barrel of a gun, but movies, people always like aiming for the head and stuff. Now you aim for center mass if you're actually trying to hit someone, usually. Close quarters combat, deep cover, taunt. She can detaunt, and she can become copies. Yeah, once upon a time I was an army RTC. The first things you learn with rifle marksmanship is don't aim for the head or whatever nonsense you might do in some game. You'd aim for center mass. And we even had like training scenarios with some like virtual like screens, but like rifles that air recoil and, you know, being trained to aim at the right places. But gosh, that reminds me of an article about kids are trained as psychos. Like they have no qualms about shooting people in the face, whereas they used to because of games. It's not really psychos, it's they've been desensitized by games, but like shooter games, that is. Military was actually a little bit troubled by it. Military people are troubled by it, you know it's a problem, because all their main interest is I don't know. It's weird because they serve imperialism, and in the U.S., the U.S. military, very much fighting evil wars that should never be fought, and yet the people in it try and mix some ethics into it
Never
and
turn your face from the
obey the rules of war and stuff. Sometimes there's bad apples who don't, but it is a weird mix. Of course, this changes from time to time, because ultimately the ruling class will force them to do what they need, and will corrupt it if they need them to be evil and ruthless.
You're not gonna like this.
So many massacres during the Vietnam War and stuff. And that was not just an accident. It's not like the military suddenly lost its morals. Politicians put pressures on them that led to vile behavior becoming more and more common. Plus the dehumanization of the enemy. That should not be forgotten.
my wrath.
Alright, let's not stress you guys with all that.
Undoes the wicked.
Say there's a lot of commentary, obviously, about all these things to be had. No, this doesn't seem to ever start on cooldown anymore. Wonder why. Could it be because it comes from his weapon? Something about stuff. Tiny doors means he can't like reach Ulrich, but I'm gonna deal with at least one of those butlers. Once the shields are moved, my party's pretty vulnerable. Oop. Got both the video editing going on in the background and uploads, so sometimes the screen will jump a little, I'm sorry. It's annoying. It's for video editing for Mage of Wonders 3 multiplayer. Let's play.
These
Had to cut one of the videos in half. It was too long. I said it was too long. Given how long until I'd get another one up, also, otherwise series peter out. So now it was a long video. It made sense to cut it in half to make sure people weren't waiting too long between videos. Just notice the reddish orangish color on the side of the Crusader's blade here. Never noticed that before. Let's see. On Frederick. Should really consider giving less characters back power as a debuff. Maybe having him have some other weakness. Far too often I have to hit an enemy in the rear. Probably matters less for Brock though.
All right, it's my turn now.
I do not seek glory. I will fear no
What? The enemy's
evil.
no. The service
Never
pistol
turn
hit.
your face from the we are pilgrims in an unholy land.
Looks more durable, so if he takes that hit.
I will fear
Yeah.
no evil.
Weak against abysmal against blunt. Oh.
We
Try
are
to holy strike my way
pilgrims in an
through to
unholy
get to
land.
this guy. Yeah, no, that probably
My
wouldn't work.
wrath undoes the we are pilgrims in an unholy land.
Oh, this can act over obstacles. Shoot.
Never turn your face from the cold.
Best I can do is make it so he can't get closer. Can only do it to Rothgar. I want
I do
Ulrich
not
to be.
seek glory. I will fear no.
Okay,
I do
that
not
makes
seek
sense.
glory.
Long have I watched
Guess
man.
I'll put a little distance between me and them.
Ouch! I'm not used to all this darkness.
Hmm. Yeah.
The elements do my bidding.
These elven arms
One turn alone.
have seen much suffering. Who needs saving?
If it's real bad, I might want to run down that hall. These are probably connected.
I'm not used to all
Just put
this
her behind
darkness.
James. Alright.
My wrath undoes the wicked.
First battle of a 4 is always a little stressful. You never know what you're going to encounter. I'm bound to Divine Fervor him because the buff will just be removed. And he didn't roll haste, darn it.
I will
That's it.
fear no evil.
Hope to get 2 Holy Strikes, but... Need the haste.
I give you my hearth.
That's the protection against the service pistol. Or the rebuttal, actually. Why isn't he retaliating? Oh, there we go. Guess just after. I don't know how much damage Brock can do.
The darkness
Might have
will
been better
not
to hold on to
rise.
the holy intervention, but yeah.
Long have I watched man. Take this one down. I assume housekeeping will be used on Ulrich. This will age.
Flame blade.
Time for some explosive action.
Well, that finishes him at 31% odds. Probably. If not, it reduces defense. Cool. This is the same model in the Sweetwater campaign for the Butler. Worth noting.
I have eyes on the target. Let us go. The best place to hide is a good disguise.
We are pilgrims in an warm your hands by the fire, friend.
Oh, lovely.
Tickets, please. I cannot abide liquor. I am not a valet. Toast, tea, bandages.
Should
Never
use that
turn your
before.
face from the cold.
Well, it doesn't actually much matter. Just keeping purges, dispels buffs. Yeah, doesn't much matter. Forget he doesn't have any. Well, no, if dealt damage, Yeah, I suppose it doesn't matter if he moves Orc's buffs. If he goes again before getting attacked by anything. The fact that he's at the end of the turn order makes him useless. Oh well. Should have been more concerned about this. Agent 19 disguises a copy of him. For how long? One turn. Oh. You can just ignore, I think. A bit of armor pen. Attacking would just stimulate the War Intervention Divine Shield. Fire sword +4. Common rarity, but high quality at least. Forcible equipment didn't degrade because then should upgrade it on a bunch of ranks. Of course, Fredericks could pop back here and still can't really buff him. Oh well. Could chase him down if I want. Not worth it though.
I will fear no evil.
It's a copy of the stats, including restraints, including deficient back power. There's a lot more aim and haste than you had, but that's. Those are from buffs. Right. 2, 3, 4. As long as I don't end up here.
Put your faith in the light. My path is righteous.
Oh darn. Didn't quite finish him.
The light will guide me.
These elven eyes have seen much suffering.
Effort is the magic of man.
It's just a matter of dealing with Agent 19. No real hurry, but
You're not gonna like this.
no real threats either. And clockwork stuff like that is weak against her. A lot of these enemies are actually. Righty then. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. He's in range of housekeeping, so he should fall back. Tile. Face this way to not expose my back to the agent.
Just in time for the soiree.
She has high bat
Commencing
power, so
operation.
it's kind of useless. Oh, that still is
I figured
behind.
I have all the information I need.
Put my service to the test. Make haste. Time for a little housekeeping. Toast, tea, bandages.
I do not seek glory.
Hmm. She can only use that 3 times and spare bat power. She didn't even hurt itself. Alright. This would be harder if I had to name it difficulty, which I can't do till I beat the floor once. Do this for a small amount of
Cause is
haste.
true.
Not that I really need it. I should deep cover him anyhow. Probably. So just get de-taunted out of this.
Redemption is at hand.
Guess I'll give it a shot.
I walk
nonetheless.
through the valley.
Your cover's blown.
Yep. Beggars.
Warm your hands by the fire, friend.
Let's build some buffs.
A divine fate.
And fall back away from Fredericks. I was on saying, you know.
I bring the flame. We are pilgrims in an unholy land.
Deep cover is still usable again. Oh well. Three, 4, 7, 1. Yeah, that's the tougher thing.
Stay close.
Do this.
I always hit my mark.
Ah, you resist the taunt. Didn't expect that. Sword does have high resistance.
Your cover's blown.
Again? She's out of uses that now.
Do you really want to hurt me? Time to call for Uncle. Who needs saving?
Let's see if I
Red
can
light.
finish her.
Feel the light course through your mortal veins.
Guitar. That's enough now.
Where is my hat?
Range of 4. Shoot, there's no way to attack from outside of the range of rebuttal. And this also reduces form duration. Guess I'll just give
I
Rock
still
Flame
have
Braid.
faith in man.
Maybe he can do some real damage to the butler.
Let's make this quick.
Nope. Not enough speed. So fall back out of range. Assuming Fredericks won't go from here. Just see if maybe.
How may I be of service? May I take your order? What
that's
utter
wrong.
disarray? I am your man.
Never turn your face from the cold.
Of course, it was kind of dumb of him because now he's exposed. Really? That's as far as I can get. And that far I shall go.
Repent!
He's out of housekeeping now, thankfully.
I give you my hearth. My path is righteous.
Boom.
My wrath undoes the wicked.
You've been outflanked, Butler. Something like that.
The light will guide me.
Preposterous! Service!
The darkness will not rise.
Effort is the magic of man.
Just wait here.
You're not gonna like this.
Let's see, AP. Earth power.
Why do we fall?
Miss.
sir?
Didn't even
Ah,
notice
the
it would have
war
killed. I was thinking, kick him back so others can get in there.
I will sanctify it with my touch.
It's better because of equipment degradation. The other one would have been -1. This shouldn't be, I don't think. Huh, mandatory goggles. useful yet. This doesn't have ability.
What a bountiful situation.
Yep, this isn't degraded. Actually, none of this is yet. I expect that the quality have already started dropping and stuff. Maybe it's per level instead of per encounter. Cargo loader. This power level, this thing is not quite so bad. Deal a lot of damage anyhow. It's slow as heck. Cock servo. That is a terrible place for her to spawn. Sorry. She has to fight her way out of this. Ottoman. Surprisingly dangerous. Ability to just kill. And pretty high damage on stuff plus an armor pin. Musketeer, really high armor pin, but not that much damage. What am I doing for time? 42 minutes. You know, I'm gonna cut this here. I will see you folks in the next video. Take care of each other. Be kind to yourselves. May always find a gangster to lead you home.
We are
See you
pilgrims
next
in an
video
unholy
with that
land.
party area set up to save time.